Hello viewers, this is Revealing Light Tarot, and today I want to look at a number of things actually. So we'll do a few separate readings and combine it all together. So I hope that the subjects that I'm choosing are interesting to you. I want to start by looking at the capturing of the bomber. I guess we'll call him the bomber, Sayok. Now, the FBI were moving very quickly, which showed up in the cards when I read about him the other day. And it also showed that he was a fervent Trump supporter, Republican, and that, this wedge politics that Trump had been using was very much influencing him. He'd been watching Trump over the last couple of years, I think, just recalling the reading, and he was he had formed this kind of emotional relationship with Trump. And it was actually, he was thinking he was doing Trump's bidding. So they're the sort of things that came forward when I read last on Sayok. However, what did show up in the reading was that there may be more than one person involved. And when I opened myself up to this reading, I still saw another person in that workshop making the bombs, etc. It's either that someone else knows about what he was doing, or someone else has actually helped him. And then the other thing that showed up was there was potentially some sort of connection with a right-wing group. That could be that Sayok is a member of a particular group. These sort of details haven't come out yet. And I know that Ray, the FBI director, has said this is an ongoing investigation and there are still a lot of unanswered questions. One of the things that's concerning me is that there might be more bombs in the mail. So I think there are a number of questions that we have to ask, and then I'll get on to voter machines and hacking and indeed voter suppression. So we'll have a look at those topics. But first to Sayok. Okay. Is it Caesar Sayok? Yeah. He has a criminal history, the media informs. Let's see if we can't see what's going on. Yeah. I just got, it's hard to explain what I got, but it was like, really sort of rushing energy of Sayok, as though he's quite violent. Not violent, but is he on steroids? I don't know. It was like that really rush of the energy coming at me. Why is he so fixated on Trump? Trump's in a position of power and his words matter, and Sayok actually took it as a green light for him to do what he did. It's almost like, as I said in the other reading, he was doing Trump's bidding. And there's no remorse at all. He still thinks he's done the right thing. So, I think the question we need to ask is he acting alone? Is there anyone else involved? Probably is a better question, because it could be that someone knows what he was doing. I'm still getting that someone else is in that workshop with him. Okay. Is there anyone else involved in these bombings is our first question. Anyone else? Sayok acting alone? Or is someone else involved in any way? In any way. Yeah, it could be that they know about what he was doing. All right, is anyone else involved in these bombings in any way? Yeah, I'm still getting that they're working together. Okay, the world is completion of goals, and moving on to the next stage. Okay, that would suggest that these were premeditated. There was significant planning going into this, and that they sending them out through the mail is actually achieving the goals. So, also the world, it could also indicate that the eyes of the world is on the situation in the US, most definitely. Could also indicate some overseas interests, although my initial reading didn't really pick that up. It more picked up internal, but let's just see. That's the world card there, and again this loss, this Eight of Cups, this walking away, is coming forward in this in the energy of this reading, and that's interesting, because that could also mean that this situation has the potential to actually be quite damaging for Donald Trump. I think that's what it's saying. And the Queen of Swords, was he working alone? There could actually be a woman involved here. I mean, the Queen of Swords, the literal meaning of this is a confident, a self-sufficient person, self-ruling confidence, and also, honesty as well. So again, if someone else knows about this, they were of the same mindset as Sayok, that they actually thought that they were doing the right thing. And we've got judgment coming forward in the past. So there's definitely been, as I said, this judgment, this making these decisions, that they were doing the president's bidding, that their actions were somehow sanctioned. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. This is hard-working, reliability. It's also money coming forward as well. Yeah. It could also mean, it could also, okay, all right. So what I'm seeing is that there is someone else working with Sayok. These younger men came through the reading yesterday. I thought in connection to a right-wing group that Sayok might have been involved with. But there could well be another younger person, male, that has helped Sayok, but this woman is coming forward as well. It could be the woman knew about what he was doing, and that he may have been helped by some member of a right-wing group. Yeah, and all these secrets are going to be revealed by the investigation. So there's still more to come out on this, as to whether he was working alone or not. My feeling is that he either had some help, or somebody knew about what he was doing, and that there could be more than one person that knew that. There's a woman here that may have known about him and what he was doing, and there's also this young male, which I'm tending to think might have been connected with this alt-right, these neo-Nazi, or this alt-right group. And there's still this idea that there's some money there involved, and I'm not sure what that's meaning. I think we need to ask, was Sayok funded in any way? Was Sayok funded in any way? Because our question was, is he working alone? Was he funded in any way? Yeah, okay, the Three of Pentacles. And this is teamwork, okay? And I was mirroring the Knight of Pentacles, this young person, this alt-right person, there's a suggestion that money might be involved, that not money might be involved, but just that he might have been funded in some way. There's some connection there to a younger male who may be connected with these alt-right, far-right, right-wing groups. But there's more. There's more to come out on this. This is what this reading is saying. There's much more to come out on it, as to whether he was working alone or with others. And then there's this woman coming forward as well. So it may be this woman actually has a lot of evidence to bring forward, or has, knows about what was happening and is able to help the FBI. What is interesting in this reading is this card here, the World, which is really our signifier card. And it could just be that the world is watching, and that this was sort of the completion of a goal for Sayok and whoever he may or may not be working with. So what I'm seeing with this card is that the eyes of the world are on this situation. They're on Donald Trump's rhetoric. And it's causing, or has the potential to cause, loss for Trump in the midterms. So he is quite worried about that, because he knows he's whipped this up. He knows that his violence, his suggestions, his encouragement of violence, his wedge politics has led to these crazy kind of acts of violence that Sayok has, and potentially whoever may or may not be working with Sayok, have committed. But there's definitely more to come out on this, and Trump is definitely I don't know that he will change his behaviour. Someone asked me whether or not he would take responsibility for this. We can ask that in another reading. My view, or my feeling, not my view, but my feeling is that probably Trump won't, because I just don't think he's capable of that. But he has come out in news reports today and says he may have to tone down his rhetoric. But you know what? I see that as desperation. He knows that this has the potential to have a bad effect on the midterm voters. It may just sway some independents to vote in another way. And he's, I guess in a way, this the bombs that were sent through the mail have probably probably at some level unseated him. He may be getting some advice to tone it down. Can you imagine what would happen if there was a major explosion? If another bomb in the mail exploded in some situation that killed people, that would have to be almost the end of Trump's presidency. I mean, he has been encouraging violence. It was quite clear. Sayok had been watching him for 2 years since his election, and had been encouraged, motivated, inspired by Donald Trump to take out Donald Trump's enemies. It's as simple as that. He was at Donald Trump's rallies. Where is Donald Trump's wedge politics, insults, encouraging violence? Where is it at its worst? It's at its worst at his rallies, and which Sayok attended. So, okay, will Donald Trump take responsibility for encouraging violence amongst far alt-right, unseated individuals? Will he take that responsibility? Okay. Look, Seven of Swords. This is the really the I guess it's the dishonesty, and it's the running away with things. So this card is kind of suggesting that no, Donald Trump will try and get away with anything, and he will still try and get away with without taking responsibility for his words and actions. And look, this is the card again of working with others. He's whipping up this these kind of people that will act in these unhinged ways. It's almost like they see, as I said, they see him working with them. They think they're doing his work. Okay, so he's not going to do that, because it's this team. These are the people that support him. this is his base, and he's not going to divorce himself from his base. And the Nine of Pentacles is, again, this money card, this self-rule, this luxury, this material gain. It's all still about the money for Donald Trump, and it's not about taking responsibility. It's about the money. And look, the Seven of Cups, the card of delusions and illusions. This is what he's promulgating. He's promulgating all of these things. He's sowing the seeds of this illusion, and this is actually a strategy of his. Why would he take responsibility for it? And look, I think here he is. Again, the leader, the power, the person in power. While ever this rhetoric, these lies, is whipping up his base, while ever that delivers for him, he's not going to change or take responsibility for any of the outcomes it might produce. And look, the Magician in the future, it's representing the trickster. He will continue to do this in the future. He's not going to ease up, because it is all about the money, and he's quite deluded. He sees that riling his base and encouraging this sort of division and extreme views and emotions, encouraging these extreme emotions, is delivering his base to him, and that then in turn is delivering the money to him. So he's not going to change. He's using all the tricks in the book, and he's definitely not going to take responsibility for Sayok or anyone. Now, the second reading I wanted to do, just on the bombers, I might actually have to break the voting machines into two readings. The second reading I wanted to do is, are there more bombs in the mail, and will any of them detonate? That's really the question that should be asked. Are there more? Because Cory Booker got one. We know Joe Biden has received two, or two have been intercepted. They've gone out to all and sundry. The major Democrats that Trump has been, as I said, he's been watching for 2 years. These major players that Trump has been denigrating, they're the people that got the bombs. So, are there more in the mail? Yeah, okay. Look, I'm still getting this other person there. Okay. I don't think that anyone is making any more bombs. I think that has finished, because I see, that there's quite, for anyone involved, there's quite a lot of fear there now that they will be discovered, and they're sort of moving away. There is more to come out on this, viewers. I think, stay on the news cycle, because I think there's more secrets to come out. More will be revealed. Are there any more in the mail? Yeah, there could be something else. There could be something else to come with these bombs. There could. Okay, is there more in the mail? Are any likely to detonate? Yeah. Okay, the Ace of Cups is new relationships and new proposals. New proposals. Yeah, okay. We'll leave that sit there for a minute. New proposals. And the Empress, the subconscious, I guess, bringing the subconscious into being. New proposals and bringing the subconscious into being could suggest that there are more in the mail. and Four of Swords is retreat and rest after battle. That could be Sayok himself. Okay, so there's no new bombs being made. That seems to bear out what I'm seeing. But there may well have been some more coming in the mail. And the Page of Swords is, I guess the FBI investigating. Okay, they're prying into this, and this is imprisonment. I think this is representing Sayok. So Sayok's coming out quite strongly now. And the Five of Swords is the violence card. We asked if there were any more. This is what I kind of kept seeing when I started this. And that's in the future. Violence and abuse. Yeah. And bullies as well. Okay, there may well be more coming in the mail. Okay. But there are no more new ones being made. Okay, will any detonate? Will there be any explosions? Okay, so this card just popped out, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, which is dishonesty, betrayal, theft. They're pretty running away. It's not clear whether there will be further explosions. I won't push any further. There could well be more in the mail still yet to come. And we got this new proposal, and bringing the subconscious forward into it could be that there is some further consideration about further acts of violence as a result of Sayok's actions, that some more people are considering what they can do. So yeah. Look, it's all I can say on this reading is that there could be more bombs in the mail. There is in this card in the future violence, so it could actually mean that there are others thinking of doing acts of violence as we move forward. Very unsettling times. Will Donald Trump do anything to calm everything down, to stop the violence occurring? I don't see that in the cards. He's not taking responsibility, because uppermost in his mind is the thing that always motivates Donald Trump, and that is money, financial gain. Okay, so really it's up to the midterms now. And on that note, I will move into another reading on voter hacking and voter suppression, and whether that's going to have an outcome for the midterms. Thank you, viewers.